How is Joe Biden getting away with this? Why are things so shitty right now? And I really do believe because progressives sold us out. They sold out to the police state. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden is getting away with breaking all his campaign promises because the progressives who claim they will focus on pushing him left. I think these people want to focus on podcasters, focus on this person, focus on this person, despite the fact that Joe Biden is an historically awful president. They want to paint the picture that it's us that's the problem.
If you're not talking about teaming up or taking down the duopoly or the oligarch, I just can't take you serious. You bringing up stuff that literally doesn't matter to me and shouldn't matter to you. You're unserious. So this story here, health insurance and pharma lobbyists max out to the Democratic Party. It ties in to what you're saying about the lesser of two evils. So the Senate braces for a showdown over expanding Medicare to include dental and vision benefits after healthcare industry lobbyists have bundled 6-figure donations for Democrat campaign arms. 6-figure donations, Nick. And they happen to be coming right at the time when they're going to negotiate the expansion of Medicare for all. And guess why they don't want the expansion of Medicare for all? I know you read the story, but I'm playing the role. Just guess why. So let's go to the second paragraph here, where it says, one question for Senate Democrats on the budget reconciliation bill is whether to expand Medicare benefits to include dental, vision, and hearing coverage. The health insurance industry lobbied behind the scenes this year against expanding Medicare because it could reduce their competitive advantage. That is key. It's money. So they're lobbying, Nick, against the expansion of Medicare, in particular, specifically expanding with dental, vision, and what did I miss? Dental, vision, and hearing, because that's their selling point. So when they're agents, you come in and hey, why wouldn't I just go with Medicare? Here's why. They don't have dental. They don't have vision. They don't have hearing. So that's the reason this company who's supposed to be concerned with health, your health insurance company, you're supposed to be concerned with health, they're lobbying against having people have more health coverage. So if you expect that dental, vision, and hearing is going to be expanded in Medicare, you're sad. It's already done. They've maxed out donations. Nick, your thoughts, your initial thoughts first before I read another part of this article here.
So this is when we can talk about philosophy, right? So you had, and this is the son that we put back against during the we gotta defeat fascism thing. One of the main tenets of fascism, and Chris Hedges, once again, I'm a big fan of Chris Hedges, that you guys see. He wrote about one of the tenets of fascism is the merging of the corporate state and the government. You guys realize the way our system works, the laws are written by corporate lobbyists. That's not a conspiracy theory at all. It's quite literally written by corporate lobbyists. When you had Joe Biden run on the public option and abandon that, why do you guys think he do that? He did that because the healthcare lobby got him the victory because they poured a ton of ads during his election. So he had their back. So, and I remember I reported this on my old YouTube channel a long time ago, where there was a story where you had healthcare executives and Nancy Pelosi. They was like, hey, y'all, don't worry. I know the Democrats are talking about universal healthcare, but we're not going to do it. We're just doing that so we can get elected. This is one of the stories that didn't got covered. But I covered this over a year ago. Like when I was making my argument why we shouldn't vote for Biden, I'm like, bro, they literally saying they lying to you guys. Like they was like, cause you know how they had a panic while they was running. Yeah, they was like, wait, public option, Joe Biden, what the fuck? I thought you were my boy. They're like, no, we're trying to win, bro.
Barack Obama did the same thing.
Yeah,
telling us we're gonna fight for the public option, and then in the background telling the lobbyists that no, we're of course not. Same thing.
So my last thing I say, finish my thought. When you have the corporate lobbyists with this much power, when you have them literally writing the bills, that's mean they have power within the legislative branch of our government. That is the merging of corporate state, corporation and state. So when you say we gotta vote for Joe Biden to defeat fascism. Once again, in my brain, this does not compute because the system does not change. In fact, Joe Biden endorses this. But go ahead, CJ.
Because it's not computing, because you understand defeating fascism goes above the presidency. You get what I'm saying? Like you have to go to the president's manager to defeat fascism. You have to defeat the president's manager. Like the president is just executing. What people need to understand, if you read the Communist Manifesto, they break it down very clearly. Our government is simply the managerial staff for corporations. They're just simply here doing the work for corporations. We are the workers. This is why they're constantly looking at our government as a business, because to them, we are a business. Corporations, the country is a business because their business, the workers live in the country. So anyway, but Nick, let me read you another part of this article here. Another issue is how to address drug pricing reform. The House passed version of the Build Back Better Act, BBB, is less extensive in allowing Medicare to negotiate the prices of commonly issued prescription drug treatments with pharmaceutical companies than what House Democrats had previously passed. Now, this is the part I want to focus on. The BBB, Build Back Better plan, now in the Senate would allow negotiations on no more than 10 high-cost drugs, Nick. 10 high-cost drugs. Guess when it's starting? In 2025. So it's only 10 in the bill now, and it's not even starting until 2025, right?
Just in time. Just in time to run on it, CJ. Just in time to run on it. Just in time to lose, and just in time for the Republicans to overturn that shit. God damn! Yeah. How do people not see this game?
Yes, so there's 10 in 2025, and then it raises to 20 by 2028, right? Then 50. You know how many drugs are on the market? 50%. 50 is like none. And do you think they're gonna selectively pick the drugs that are the most expensive, that people use the most, that people can get the most cost savings on? Do you think they're going to pick those drugs? Or are they going to pick some obscure drugs that few people use? It's so absurd, the corruption. And it's in plain sight. I'd say this all the time. American corruption is in plain sight. This is why they use soft language like contributions. Instead of bribery, they use lobbying. You get what I'm saying? Instead of starvation or starving, they use food insecurity. It's all about sugar coating the realities and of the effects of capitalism. I'll pass it back to you, Nick. Your thoughts on any part of that?
I absolutely love this segment that you cut out here. And I love our community as well, because I was doing some snooping while you were reading. This is why I love doing these shows with CJ, because you guys know I got receipts. So I got something to back you up, CJ. So our community, this is a great comment by Carne Verde. He said Biden also appointed a big pharma lobbyist as head of the FDA. Now, once again, you guys saw the stuff I covered. There's so much stuff. This is one of the things that slipped by me. Like, maybe I read about it, maybe I reported, but I didn't know this by heart. So why are you reporting that? I did some snooping to verify what Carne Verde said. So what you said the corruption is so out in the open. So I found some stuff while I was snooping, CJ. You want to see this? Once again, I'm reading this live to you guys, so be patient with me. So look, check this out. Just to see if I can back up this comment. Biden chooses Robert Califf to lead FDA despite drug industry ties. So that comment, I fact checked him. He was right. Now look, check this one out. I found this while I was looking for this one, but this one is just as good. Top Biden advisor could face ethic pressure as his brother lobbies for pharma firms. So Steve Ricchetti, like, you have all these people that close to Joe Biden. They have friends that are literally lobbyists, and they are literally working on drugs. They're supposed to be regulating drugs that they have family members in the field of work that they're supposed to be monitoring. And now we just read off the list how Joe Biden essentially lied about slashing prescription drug prices. In fact, he actually shifted to Trump's right on this, where he actually veto one of the legislation that Trump put in place to actually reduce drug prices. So when I see these two stories, when I see the nepotism and Biden's administration with him having advisors who have brothers who are in the industry, you have Robert Califf who leads the FDA despite the fact that he came from the drug industry. Now you see why he does it. Now you see how he got away with it, why he is signed with Big Pharma, right? The corruption is literally here. Like that article I pulled up is in the New York Times. Like I told you, I pulled up the establishment resources to make anti-establishment arguments because it's not the information is not hidden. It's not hidden. Like, bro, I'm looking at this article you got pulled up right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, because I'm just because this article Sludge is great. I don't if you read Sludge, it's great because they dig real deep. Because it goes through all the lobbyists and the donors. Look at this and how much money these people are donating. And the Democrats, Nick, they want us to believe that they can accept this money and it has no effect on how they vote. That's what they want us to believe.
No, I was just saying Nancy Pelosi says that with a straight face. Like that was the insider trading story I reported on here before, when you had a reporter that asked Nancy Pelosi to his face, like, "Yo, you guys are literally working on legislation." I'm trying to remember exactly what industry it was. I think it was like some sort of Wall Street reform or something like that. And then they were like, "Bro, Pelosi, you literally just got stocks in this company." She
does that all the time.
Actually, I think I'm maybe butchering the story, but I showed the clip. Maybe I'll find it again.
Is it the clean energy? Because I know she was.
I butchered it so bad. I find
yeah.
It
no, go ahead. So I'll just read a couple of the bundlers. So this person, Lisa, I can't say her name, so I don't want to butcher her name, but she's a principal lobbying firm, right? She's a principal lobbying firm, so people hire her to lobby for whatever that company wants. Look at this funds here. Where is it at? 77. She has bundled 77,000. Look at Laura bundled. Where is her amount? Down here, contributed 5,000. Look at Podesta. Now, Heather Podesta is either the daughter or wife of. Remember Podesta?
Isn't that the Republican boogeyman? Like Podesta.
Yes, Podesta. But look, how much is bundled? 177,000. Go ahead, Nick.
I was about to say it's always funny because Republicans always they fearmonger over Podesta. What's the other guy? There's another big guy. There's Podesta and the other guy. They fearmonger.
Sora. I know Sora is another one.
Sora and Podesta, like Republicans become leftists when they talk about these motherfuckers. I used to tell them that to their face. Anyway, sorry, I'm shifting too much here. So I want to say this because I butchered the story, so I feel like I had to correct it. So here is the story I reported a long time ago. So maybe you guys see it for the first time. I love that Peter Dow, a friend of the show, he shared this. So this is the Nancy Pelosi insider trading. This video is classic, and this should be required viewing for every fucking citizen that exists. Look, this is Trumpism. Just keep that in mind while you watch this video. What you see for Nancy Pelosi is Trumpism, and I will explain when the
former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and her husband have participated in at least 8 IPOs. One of those came in 2008 from Visa, just as a troublesome piece of legislation that would have hurt credit card companies began making its way through the House. Undisturbed by a potential conflict of interest, the Pelosi's purchased 5,000 shares of Visa at the initial price of $44. 2 days later, it was trading at $64. The credit card legislation never made it to the floor of the House. Congresswoman Pelosi also declined our request for an interview, but agreed to call on us if we attended her news conference.
Madam Leader, I wanted to ask you why you and your husband back in March 2008 accepted and participated in a very large IPO deal from Visa. At the time, there was major legislation affecting the credit card companies making its way through it.
Just in case you're not following, this is this reporter actually calling Pelosi out for her corruption to her face. Like you guys see, it was on the Visa credit card. Just to correct myself earlier, he calling her out for this. You guys want to see her Trump in response?
This major legislation affecting the credit card companies making its way through the House. And would you consider that to be a conflict of interest?
I don't know what your point is of your question. Is there some point that you want to make with that?
Well,
CJ,
that sound just like Kamala Harris. That sound like Kamala Harris to me. Go ahead.
And the only thing I want to add, and I'll let the clip finish. This is why I wanted to pull the clip up. Remember what you said? Remember you said that these Democrats, they take these bribes
Mhm.
and then they gaslight the public like, me?
Mhm. Right.
Me? Are you calling me corrupt? Oh, the audacity. You see that? That's her response. That's literally what you said, right? Now let's finish this. I want to get your reaction.
I guess what I'm asking is, do you think it's all right for a speaker to accept a very preferential and favorable stock deal?
Well, we did.
And you participated in the IPO.
Well, I have many
And at the time you were
investments, so that
Speaker of the
doesn't-
House. You don't think it was a conflict of interest or had the appearance
No,
of a
it's
conflict
not.
of
It
interest?
doesn't. It only has appearance if you decide that you're going to have elaborate on a false premise. But it's not true, and that's that.
I don't understand what part's not true.
Yes, that I would act upon an investment. Yes.
Congresswoman Pelosi pointed out that the tough credit card legislation eventually passed, but it was 2 years later and was initiated in the Senate.
I will hold my record in terms of fighting the credit card companies as a Speaker of the House or as a member of Congress up against anyone's.
She is terrible, Nick. She is
So
terrible.
remember I told you guys, keep in mind Trump when you watch this. Now, do you guys understand why I don't have Trump derangement syndrome? Think about her reaction to that. Think about any Trump clip you've seen. When they call him out for his corruption, what's Trump do? He lies and he attacks the media. That is literally what Nancy Pelosi did. What do you guys think Donald Trump get his shit from? Donald Trump is a part of the club. He is a member of the oligarchy. He knows the same tricks as they do. The problem with Donald Trump is he is so dumb, he is so uncharismatic, he is not a trained politician.
Right.
He was doing the same techniques as them, but he wasn't as smooth. He was clumsy, so people would see it. But so what Pelosi did there was the same thing Trump did: deny, get aggressive, and attack the reporter. She's like, how dare you? The audacity, right? So what's your reaction to that clip, CJ?
But the thing is, you don't see reporters do. You see that less and less reporters doing that. So I just want to say, just him doing that. I know Abby Martin just did it to her in the COP. What is it? COP 26 when she brought up the whole 130 countries, the military pollutes. So then that's excluded from this whole climate summit. I don't know if you saw that from Abby Martin, but that's what this reminds me of. But you just to speak to her reaction is as if, what do you mean taking? So you're saying me making that money change my vote on something? Like, yeah. That would change your vote. Like, just the fact that these people think we don't think they're corrupt when they do this, as if what, like they're offended, like what you said, like she felt like she's offended, but it's what she was doing is they're chastising the media, saying, "How dare you? You're supposed to be part of my class. How dare you bring this up?" Like, I get you're supposed to play the game like you're really challenging me when you're not, because you're owned by a corporation that funds me. But how dare you step out of the lines of what's appropriate questioning during this time? How dare you bring up a undeniable fact that I'm corrupt in front of everybody for everybody to see without any of my PR people here to back me up? That's essentially, to me, what I saw. Nick, go ahead.
It's always revealing what you said, right, CJ? It's always revealing when you see how shocked they are.
Yeah.
Like these politicians are so used to having friendly connections with the media. Once again, the whole Chris Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo thing, I'm telling you guys, that is standard Washington behavior. Cuomo is so dumb. The Cuomo brothers are so arrogant and dumb. They thought they can do it out in the open. They got caught. That's literally all it is. There are people that are way smoother than them. They now work the contact. Do you guys remember when WikiLeaks hacked Hillary? Well, they got the emails right, and it showed that the Hillary Clinton staff and their team had a list of reporters in the media that are their go-to. That was revealed in WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks released that, right? So it'll show that they like whenever something. I want to find that list. It's been a long time.
And nobody says nothing about it. Like, are some of those reporters still working? Or some of those?
I'm gonna see if I can find the receipt for you guys. But I've been covering this. But my point is, this is standard operating procedure. So that's why the Cuomo story doesn't surprise me. And also, do you guys remember when Biden and their administration? And this is standard procedure as well that Trump did. To be fair, Barack Obama did. To be fair, they have reporters, and in order for them to ask questions to the president, they have to have their questions screened. What? What? Wait. Are you telling me that the so-called fourth estate, the reporters, that their job, who is supposed to question the ruling class, they have to get your permission to ask them a question? John Legend, is that your democracy? John Legend. He's the one who he thinks this is a democracy, right? Dude, this if you said that about another country, well, I'm sure other countries do, you'd be like, yo, that's some crazy ass authoritarian fucking First Amendment violating shit. But that's standard operating procedure here. And I'm not even talking about the presidency. Try to ask Joe Manchin a question. Try to ask Kristen Sinema a question. Hell, try to ask Bernie Sanders a question. If I was to ask Bernie Sanders a question about foreign policy or something he weak on, good luck getting that question asked. Just in general. I'm not trying to attack Bernie, but I'm just saying that's how it is in general. But what kind of society creates this? The fourth estate, their job is to hold politicians accountable. But our reporters have to ask them permission for tough questions.
Right. And in order to get access, they don't never do any bad stories. And what I remember that Wolf interview when she had Nancy Pelosi on, and it was about stimulus checks. And he was like, why don't you just take with Donald Trump? And she just got incensed, like how dare you? But the thing is, do you think Wolf Blitzer is going to get her on an interview again? It's the ability of them to deny access to press, right? Because if you're able to deny, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because this is just one thing in this whole process, Nick, and this whole duopoly and this whole issue is just one of the many things, the tentacles of why this whole thing needs to be just tore down.